Hello and welcome to the sofa here at the World Water Week in Stockholm. My name is Eric Paglia. And in this session, we'll discuss how Water.org collaborates with water utilities in Indonesia and helps develop affordable financing schemes that enable more families to be reached. And joining me here on the sofa today, we have Mr. Yulianto, Director of Water Utilities in the Batang District. We have Mrs. Dwanita Wulandini, the Program Manager at Water.org Indonesia, and Don Johnston, Operations Director at Water.org Indonesia. Welcome to the sofa. Very nice to have you all here with us today.
Thank you.
Mr. Yulianto, can you explain briefly what are the challenges in the water sector in Indonesia, especially for urban water utilities?
Oke. Halo Indonesia, apa kabar semuanya? Selamat malam Indonesia, selamat malam Jakarta, selamat malam Batang, Kajen, Blado. Oke, saya fokus pada jawaban kami. Hampir semua PDAM di Indonesia mempunyai permasalahan yang sama, karena pemiliknya adalah pemerintah daerah, yaitu untuk bisa memberikan perekonomian daerah, memberikan pelayanan umum, khususnya di bidang air bersih. Dua misi utama ini yang menjadi tantangan bagi pengelola PDAM, khususnya direktur sebagai pemimpin perusahaan. Pemerintah Indonesia telah menargetkan universal system di tahun 2014 100. Artinya 100% air bersih harus terlayani, 0% pelayanan perumahan kumuh, dan 100% sanitasi di Indonesia harus 100%. Di tahun 2018, target air minum baru mencapai 72% perkotaan. Tantangan ini menjadi berat bagi pengelola PDAM untuk bisa mencapai target 100%. Tantangan itu adalah keterbatasan air baku, investasi yang tidak sedikit, tarif yang belum full cost recovery, dan yang paling utama adalah sumber daya manusia.
Okay, so Mr. Yulianto explained that urban water utilities in Indonesia is owned by the local government, so it is the local government has a fully control for the water utilities. So the challenges is they have a mandate to serve to serve all the community in their districts. So the main four challenge that Mr. Yulianto explained, that the first one is about the water resources itself, and then the second one is the expensive for financing in order to expand their services. And then the most important thing is about the capacity of their human resources. Yeah.
So Don, how can Water.org contribute to helping solve some of these challenges that Mr. Yulianto has described?
Well, and these challenges are real. The financial challenge resulting from the way water tariffs are set by local government is an important consideration for these utilities. And also, as government-owned entities, these are not enterprises that are used to looking for external finance, whether from financial institutions or other sources. These challenges can lead to operational inefficiencies, financial management problems or challenges, and the bottom line on this is that households' access to water and sanitation services are simply underdeveloped compared to their potential in the area, and perhaps worst of all, the water utilities are not able to look at or have not looked at low-income households, serving low-income people, as a potential market rather than as a burden, and that's where we come in. Water.org works with water utilities to make sure that they can find a way to serve low-income households. We do this by working with them to develop and offer installment plans for households that have the ability to pay but lack capital for that upfront connection charge. We also work with the utilities to provide training in areas like specialized marketing on how to serve, how to reach low-income households and communities, on things like customer service, and also on financial management, because what we want to see from this and what we have seen so far is not only improvement in service to low-income households, but improvement in the finances of the water utility. That the water utility is able to increase its revenue, including from low-income households, but they're also able to improve their financial capacity and ability to access other sources of finance, both from financial institutions and from even from government sources outside their usual budget allocation lines.
Now, Dini, perhaps you can say a little bit more about how Water.org goes about building these partnerships with water utilities in Indonesia.
Yeah, building trust and commitment is a big part of the process to achieve a successful partnership. We in Water.org start a preliminary workshop with the utilities, and then if there's interest, then we continue to co-conduct assessment, and then design a joint program based on their needs. We then can build mutual understanding upon this kind of process. Over this course of program, we continue to build and deepen the trust through joint training and joint forces for troubleshooting. So in summary, that we in Water.org doesn't impose certain program to the water utilities. Yeah.
Mr. Yulianto, what made you want to be interested in collaborating with Water.org?
Oke, kami dijelaskan oleh senior kami, Bu Ambar, pada saat itu sekarang menjadi konsultan di Water.org, bahwa Water.org adalah NGO non-profit. Yang kedua, Water.org punya visi yang sama, yaitu peningkatan akses air minum dan sanitasi di Indonesia, khususnya bagi masyarakat yang berpenghasilan rendah. Dan yang paling menarik adalah program Water.org, yaitu peningkatan sumber daya manusia. Ini sangat-sangat dibutuhkan bagi pengelolaan PDAM ke depan.
Yeah, so Mr. Yulianto said that why he is interested to collaborate with us is the first thing is because the vision of the Water.org and the PDAM district of Batam was aligned. So we want to serve more low-income households in order to get the access of water and sanitation. And then the other main things is we in Water.org also provide the technical assistance that PDAMs needs in order to improve their services, especially in low-income households. Yeah.
What's been the biggest benefit so far of your collaboration with Water.org?
Ayo, benefit terbesar apa? Manfaat terbesar apa, Bapak?
Peningkatan sumber daya manusia bagi semua karyawan PDAM Kabupaten Batang dengan adanya pelatihan yang diadakan oleh Water.org dapat bisa meningkatkan pengetahuan, terutama dari pengenalan dasar ke PDAM, customer service, marketing, keuangan, dan yang lebih penting adalah pengembangan proses cicilan dalam sambungan-sambungan rumah. Pemanfaatan bagi masyarakat adalah terjadinya yang tadinya tidak mampu membayar cash ke PDAM, sekarang bisa menikmati air bersih dengan melalui program cicilan. Dan selanjutnya, manfaat yang kerjasama dengan Water.org adalah bisa meningkatkan sambungan rumah, kurang lebih sekitar 7.000 sambungan rumah, dan 30%-nya adalah dengan program cicilan.
Yeah, so Mr. Yulianto said that what is the most benefit for collaborate with Water.org is the first thing is the capacity of the staff of the PDAM district of Batam staff has improved, especially in customer engagement and financial management. And he said that Water.org also help us to develop a financing scheme through the PDAM district of Batam. So this financing new approaches makes more low-income household in the district of Batam can access for water. So at the beginning they cannot access because of the upfront payment was too expensive. But now because of these new financing approaches, more low-income households can be able to access water. And he said that because of this partnership, we PDAM district of Batang been able to reach almost 7,000 new household connection, which is 35% was coming from these new financing approaches.
Oke.
Yeah.
I mean, microfinance, Don, and that's your area of expertise from before. Seems like a very important aspect of this. Can you perhaps say a little bit more about how that has worked out to bring your expertise into the water sector?
Well, in a couple of ways, Eric. One of the things we quickly realize is that actually the amounts of money involved here are quite small, so that even microfinance institutions on their own might not be interested in serving people simply for the cost of water connections. So it makes sense for us to introduce some microfinance techniques to the water utility so that they can directly serve their customer. At the same time, this is a new activity for the utility, and so they need to learn a little bit about how you manage what's essentially a loan to the customer that they're paying off in installments. And so far, that has worked very, very well.
Your experience, was it in Indonesia and other sectors, or did you bring from other countries?
In Indonesia, in microfinance in general. I've before starting to work for Water.org, I had been in this sector, in the microfinance sector, for almost more than 28 years, and so there was a good grounding there of understanding a little bit about households, low-income households, and about the potential for microfinance to solve people's daily problems, and that has carried over well into water and sanitation access.
How is it different in the water sector compared to other daily needs that microfinance has worked with before?
In some ways, it's easier. The water definitely is something that households want. Households want, as long as you can structure the loan and make sure that you have not set the payments too high so that people actually have the capacity to repay. They will make it a priority to repay. So that it's one of the safest kinds of micro lending I've ever seen. Microfinance institutions, when they lend for water and sanitation, are finding the same thing. That some financial institutions are worried because it's not a directly productive loan. But it turns out that if you're lending for household use, if you're making the household healthier, if you're bringing convenience and better access to water and sanitation, you're improving the economic welfare of the household as well as their overall welfare. So that's the repayment's been excellent.
Oh, very interesting. So what's next on the agenda for Water.org in Indonesia?
Expansion, I think. We are working now based on our experience with Pak Yuli's water utility and with others. We're now working with the Indonesian Association of Water Utilities, Perpamsi, to develop a capacity building program that we can then take to all of their members. The goal there is to build capacity so that they can offer the same kind of installment plans and bring that training knowledge in marketing and customer service and financial management to water utilities throughout the country. The goal on that is to work in different areas of the country as well, so that the association itself builds up a regional capacity to train and mentor member utilities. At the same time, we know that water utilities work with each other and learn from each other. And so the more we can increase the number of water utilities who are doing this, the more their neighbor utilities are going to be learning and imitating what they do as well.
Okay, well, best of luck with your expansion in Indonesia with the important work of Water.org.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us here on the sofa.
For the near future, we're working with 18 water utilities, but we expect that to keep increasing.
Excellent. Well, please keep us informed here at the World Water Week.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us here on the sofa. Stay tuned for more sessions throughout the World Water Week.